All right. All right. Here are the two methods from yesterday. Side, 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 angle, side. I mentioned there's 5 total. Today you're going to get 2 more, and those are the 4 that are on the quiz. Okay, the 5th method I'll show you after the quiz, but these are going to be the 4 that are on the quiz. But remember, we also did stuff on day 1 and day 2. So remember that this isn't just the quiz itself. All right, so here we go. Next 2 methods after side, 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 and side, angle, side. ASA, which I'm sure you can guess from all our work yesterday. Angle, that's an abbreviation for angle, side, angle. Okay, angle, side, angle. But you can only use it if the side's where? Where did I put the S? In between the 2 angles. Okay, in between the 2 angles. If the side's not in between, like yesterday, if the angle wasn't in between, I couldn't do it. They were not congruent. But now, if the side's not in between, that's still okay. I just give it a new name, which is AAS, angle, angle side. Bottom line, if you have 2 angles on a side, you're good. They're congruent. It's just a matter of what method is it now. Okay, so if you have 2 angles and 1 side, you are good. It's just you got to figure out what method it's going to be. So all I'm doing with you today is 2 proofs, and then you are on your own for the assignment. Most kids in first period got it done. Let's see what happens here. Sorry here, I didn't write in your statements and mark your diagram like I did yesterday. That's on you. So go ahead, do your thing. Write in your givens. Make sure you mark the correct angles congruent, PSQ and RSQ. All right, like I did with you yesterday, you can take my suggestion or not use it. That's fine with me, and I won't be offended. PSQ congruent to RSQ. That gives me a pair of angles. Right? Gives me a pair of angles. So I'm just going to mark an A next to it. That reminds me you have 1 pair of angles. And that's it. That's it. You guys got to help me for the other 2 pair now. Right? Because before triangles are congruent, I need at least 3 pairs of sides and angles, some combination of them. All right, all I have are angles, so we're on the hook for the other 2. So I'm going to open it up to anybody here. You can use the bisect, the given that an angle's being bisected, or something you see on your own. But give me something that's true about those 2 triangles. Okay, let's start it off here. 2, Bailey, anything you see true?
Angle PQS and angle SQ are right.
Good job. Yep. Make sure, a lot of struggle last class on this. PQR is the angle that's getting cut into 2 congruent angles. Find PQR on your diagram. Don't give me the sides are equal. The angle is being cut into 2 congruent parts. So good job, Bailey. Angle PQS is congruent to angle RQS. These 2 up top are congruent. This is why, like, hey, we don't see that. We got to get in here so I can help you with that. All right, we don't see by definition of bisector that those 2 angles are congruent. I need some. You need to get a little extra help. That's not a shame in that either. Definition of a bisector or definition of bisects. All right, I'm going to put another A next to that. And this is why doing this is helpful. I know the next thing I got to tell you is a side. How do I know it's got to be a side? Is there any such thing as angle, angle, angle? And you know what? There never will be. All right, that's never going to be a way of proving triangles congruent. So I know it's got to be a side somewhere up there. All right, so where is that side we are talking about? Stephanie, where's that side?
SQ.
Good. What's that?
SQ.
SQ. Great work. Yep, I see that shared side like I did a lot yesterday. SQ congruent to itself, reflexive. And that gives me the side. Now you guys have to determine angle side angle or angle angle side. The way you determine it, cover up one of the triangles with your hand, your pencil, your thumb, whatever we had yesterday, and see if that reflexive side's in between or not. If it is, angle side angle. If it's not, angle angle side. So I'm just going to copy my proof statement down. And what'd you guys decide on? Angle side angle or angle angle side here? 1, 8. Lily, what'd you decide on?
Angle.
Cover up one of the triangles and see if that reflexive side we marked, is it in between the other two angles or no? Angle side angle, yep. Does everyone see the reflexive side is in between? We're all good then? Okay. Last one I'm going to do with you is a little bit different. All right. Don't try to do anything yet. You can fill in the givens and your statement's reasons. Don't mark your diagram yet, though. Okay. So while you're working, this one's different. Here's why I'm saying this one is different. There's a lot of triangles in that diagram, other than the two we need to prove congruent. Every single diagram I've given you yesterday and already today, the two triangles we need to prove congruent are the only two triangles in the diagram. Unlike this one, there's multiple ones. And take a look at the two triangles I'm asking you to prove congruent. They overlap each other. So this is going to be tough to see. So to make it a little bit easier, every group I'm going to pass out some colored pencils right now. And I want you to highlight each of those triangles we're trying to prove congruent in different colors, please. Okay, and then this, I think this will help you visually a ton. Okay, so share these amongst each other, two different colors for the two triangles. Highlight them for me, please. Probably don't want to give you white. Tough to see. Oh, they left them there. Okay, so go ahead and highlight those triangles in different colors so we can see the two we're talking about. And you guys, if you want, feel free, if you have colored pencils or highlighters you want to use in class, anytime now, anytime, go ahead and use them. All right, we got them highlighted. We see the two. All right, let's go through the givens right now because I want to know if I can put an A and S maybe there. Everyone's got DAC and BEC marked on your diagram. If you don't, go ahead and mark it, please. Angle DAC. All right, angle DAC. Is that a full angle in one of the triangles? Take a look. Is that one of the three angles in one of those triangles I'm asking about? Yep. And BEC. Is that a full angle in the other triangle? And I say full because I can only put an A next to it if they're full angles. If it's part of an angle, I can't. But both of those are full angles in each of the triangles. So I put an A. I have an A already. All right, let's look at DC. Everyone look at DC, please. Is that a full side in one of the two triangles? A full side. I got people shaking their head yes, and some people shaking their head no. Look at triangle ADC, my green one. That's a full side, isn't it? Okay, and it's congruent to BC. Is BC a full side in one of those two? It's a full side in my yellow one. Does everyone see that? You have 2 full sides there. So look, this isn't bad. I have 2 out of the 3 that I need. We're going to have to work together to find that third pair now. And this is also a reason why I have you highlight them. I don't know if you see it or not, but take a look on your own. I don't want to just give it away. Take a look at it on your own, or maybe talk with your group. Let me just squash this idea so you don't waste time. Does everyone see these 2 angles here are vertical, but I can't use them? Why can't I use them? Are either of the vertical angles a full angle in either of those triangles? No, right? I only can use full angles. So yes, you would be correct. The vertical angles are congruent, but it does me no good because I need actual angles in those triangles, and those are not. So look around that diagram. Is there anything maybe you see, maybe somebody in your group sees? See if you can find anything. And if you can, it's okay, because I've never talked about this word as far as how we're going to talk about it. Okay, anybody? Any group see anything here that maybe I can use? Zoli, what do you have?
Angle AC D is the same as angle BC.
Okay. Sides can be reflexive, and so can angles. Take a look at angle C, everybody. Do you see how it's a full angle in both triangles? It is a shared angle. Yes, you can have a shared side. We know all about that, but you can also have a shared angle by reflexive. So angle C, congruent to itself, reflexive. Okay, so keep that in mind. Angles can be reflexive if they're in both triangles. And now look, that gives me my A. Now as a group, we need to figure out, this is your next battle now. Angle side angle or angle side, huh? This is going to be tough. And I'll be honest, it's tough for me to visualize that too. So here's the recommendation I'm going to give you. Draw one of the triangles out with its markings on it. What do I mean by that? I'm going to take triangle BEC. That's just the one I'm choosing, BEC, and I'm going to put the markings on it that I have on the original one. So what's marked on angle BEC? What did we mark? Name angles or sides that we've marked. Angle E is marked. What else is marked on this diagram?
BC.
BC is marked, the side, and there's one more that's marked. Angle C. Make this easier now. Is that side in between? What is that side in between the 2 angles?
No.
Do we know what in between? Here are my 2 angles. Is that side sitting in between them? No, it is not. Yes? Are we good? This side is not, it would have to be this side here, EC. It's not in between, so I'm going to use angle, side. Are we all right? It's not in between? I thought we cleared that up yesterday with the notes. Okay, we good? All right, you can, if you play your cards right, you can get out of here without anything to do this weekend for me.